With the rise of social media, podcasting, and independent reporting, traditional news media is slowly losing its audience. It's because more Americans say they can't trust what they see on their TV screen, read in the newspaper, or what they hear on the radio. A 2025 Gallup poll found only 28% of Americans said they have a great deal or fair amount of trust in newspapers, television, or radio to report the news fully, accurately, and fairly. That's down from 31% in 24 and 40% in 2020. 7 in 10 adults said they haven't had much confidence or no confidence in traditional news reporting. Well, today we're learning even more about a specific group of people who are turning out major media outlets. A new focus group found that black men are turning to other forms of media for news at a high rate. The focus group was conducted by the Democratic firm Navigator Research. The firm allowed Phil Lewis, senior front page editor for the Huffington Post, to watch the focus group. Phil joins us now to share what he learned. Phil, thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Based on the results that you witnessed and you found from this focus group, what results or what stood out most to you about this?
Yeah, so great question. The focus group was about black men who had voted for Trump in 2024 and either voted for Biden in 2020 or were just Democratic leaning. Pretty much a lot of what the focus group was about was the Trump administration expressing concerns, specifically about Trump's leadership, the economy and inflation. But what I thought was really interesting was their input and their responses regarding the media. They had all pretty much said, hey, we don't really go to the mainstream media, so that's like CNN, and it's now to find our news, we're going on podcasts, we're finding independent creators online on platforms like YouTube, Joe Rogan and Roland Martin, figures like these, to find their news. So I thought that was really interesting to me, and that's what I wrote the story about.
Phil, let me ask you, what were some of the main reasons, highlight them again if you could, that why these men said they were turning away from mainstream media to other forms of media?
Yeah, so I mean, I talked to a group of men from Georgia and Michigan and North Carolina. And one of the responses, one of the men who was from Atlanta actually had said, mainstream media seemed just too controlled. The large news outlets seemed to be more controlled in what they had to say, and they didn't feel as though they could trust what they were getting from these outlets. And so they preferred actually to focus on their local news outlets. Some of them mentioned their local news outlets. One of the respondents from Detroit had said he really focuses on his local Fox station. There in Detroit. So local news was pretty trustworthy for them, and also these independent creators on these social media platforms.
It's good to hear that they trust local news. Let me ask you, I'm curious, in the results of this, did age play a factor? I mean, were older men one way and younger men a different way?
Yeah, so great question. So I did have I saw a range of people that were involved in this focus group. And surprisingly, for example, the 55-year-old said, hey, I go on YouTube to find my news, and I rely on social media. And so I think social media it plays such a heavy role in kind of our lives now, like even older adults. Like I know my family, right? When I think about the older folks in my family, they're on Facebook all the time to find their news, right? So age actually didn't play that large of a role, and I think that's what made the entire story, like the piece of it. I want to focus on how they were responding to the news and where they were finding it.
We have about 30 seconds left. Was there anything,
yeah.
did the men say there was anything that mainstream media could do to win back their trust?
I think the main thing was more so just focusing on issues that they care about. Mm-hmm. But that was pretty broad. I mean, that could be anything. But they were mostly saying like, hey, we want to be represented. We want our stories to be told kind of in the media. I think they find that through local and independent creators.
Fascinating for sure. Phil Lewis, senior front page editor for the Huffington Post. Thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.